regulations are in place. My show is fully sanctioned, insured. You know, I've got a doctor on site. I've got good officials, trained officials doing the job that needs to be done. And that's the factors we got to look at. And when these guys jump in that cage, not only does the promoter feel comfortable knowing that his show's going to go over good, but when that fighter gets in the cage, he looks at the people that are inside that cage and around that cage and know that he's going to be okay.
We agree with you 100%.
And that the rules and regulations that are in place are something that have been. I just got a text message that kind of threw me off.
Look, a chicken.
No, I mean, it's from Donnie Davis Jr., and he was talking about the National MMA Company. So there's somebody else listening, guys.
Hey! Hey, Donnie, what's up?
Donnie Davis Jr., he's the head trainer for the Academy Mixed Martial Arts in Morehouse, Missouri. He's also the team owner for Team Pitbull down in Southeast Missouri. They produce some very good fighters out of that gym.
We've heard that.
Big Hank Hill, Jeremy Freeman, Nick Taylor. They've got Brad Bristow. We got some very up-and-coming good amateurs coming up out of that gym. So heads up and props up to Donnie Davis Jr. and his crew out there.
Is he also a matchmaker, or is he the promoter of that show?
He's the promoter of Fighting Challenge.
Okay, that's on a very good show. Hey, we're gonna switch gears on you, Brad, and put you on a spot a little bit, but we're only looking for positive feedback here. We're gonna reflect on 2009 a little bit, and we want to talk about the top promoters in 2009, who put on the best shows or who put on really good shows, and also the top matchmakers. What do you think? Who do you have a number one, or who are some of your favorite promoters and matchmakers out there?
I'll tell you what, some of my favorite promoters. Of course, I always look to the guy that I've been beside for the past 4 years, and that's Donnie Davis. He's in it for the right reasons. I'm not going to say he's the best out there, but I'm going to tell you what, he's worked very hard to produce very good shows. You know, you got to look at the guys that have been around for a long time. Aaron Boswell, been there with Cage of Honor, and that company's been around, and that's the one that's gotten a lot of these guys starting this sport in this state on a legal level.
That's Aaron Boswell?
Very good show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I just want to go back to Aaron Boswell. Where are those fights? Where do the Cage of Honor fights take place?
Joplin.
He does a lot of his shows over in Joplin, Missouri, and I'm at almost every one of them nowadays. But he averages about 1,500 to 2,000 people at his shows.
Wow, very good.
Yeah, he's a young guy too.
He's got a very good turnout at his shows. Very big. You know, he does the big deal production. I'll tell you what, you'd walk in the door and you'd think you were at a professional show. I mean, he does the whole production, autograph signings. He's got all the vendors out there. You know, I mean, it's a very, very, very nice production. But, you know, they've been around for a long time. So, I mean, of course, they should be big. You know, they've got a name that's built up pretty good, and it's been working. So, props to them. Patrick Smith, probably, I'll tell you what, not the biggest show, but runs a fantastic, probably has some of the best fights in the state on his cards.
And Jason Cooper's the matchmaker for.
Cooper matchmakes like a devil on that damn card. And I'll tell you what, and I think I do pretty good with matchmaking, but I'm going to tell you what, Jason Cooper has probably the best gift of gab when it comes to talking to fighters, because he pulls some of the best and biggest fights together on them cards. I mean, the next card they got coming up is probably proof of that, with the Josh Weston and Lance Benoist rematch. I think this has been one of the most anticipated fights coming up in the state that we've been waiting for the past 2 or 3 years. So,
Yeah.
This will be a very good fight. And I'm not going to make no predictions on that, because both them fighters are probably, they probably call me up chewing my butt out. I've known both them guys since they first started, and you know, they've been very, very, they're both good guys, and I can't say nothing or predict that fight right there, but I know it's going to be a hell of a war.
We're going to dub you saying into the interview on 2 different tapes, one Weston and the other one
Benoist.
Benoist, and send it to him and just start some trouble.
Yes, you edit my shit then, eh?
Yeah. I think that, and all of a sudden they're real mechanical, Josh Weston will win, and then we'll attribute it to you. No.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. It's both them guys. I know right now they're working very hard to get prepared for that fight. I think that's probably one of the best matchups I've seen in a long time. And you know, but Patrick Smith and Jason Cooper, yeah, they do a very good job up there. And I mean, the shows that do it right. Jim, you do a fantastic show. I hear a lot of compliments on your shows. And I mean, I think the guys that do it right are all my tops. I mean, the guys that do it wrong and for the wrong reasons are the guys that I kind of frown upon. And even the guys that even call me up, I get guys that don't even sanction with us that call me up all the time, needing help or needing advice. I don't turn my shoulder or turn my back on them because they don't sanction with the Combat Sports Commission. I help everybody that calls me on the phone because it's about getting the perfect matchups for the perfect fighters, getting the right matchups for the right fighters. You know, making sure that they get matched up with proper fighters. And if it's to help somebody out to help promote this sport, I'll help them out. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. You can call me any day, pretty much all day long, anytime. Jim can tell you that.
Yep.
And I mean, I'll sit there and this is what I do all the time. And I've fallen in love with this sport. I think I've always been a boxing coach and a boxer first. That's my true love. That's my first love. I'll always be a boxing fan.
You're cheating on boxing with MMA, aren't you?
Say that again?
You're cheating on boxing with MMA. Brad, we're going to have to end this segment because we're running out of film on the camera. So
filming the phone.
Real quick, guys.
Sure.
Real quick. Again, I want to give props to all the promotions out there that try to do it right for the fighters. The matchmakers, guys, and Jim, I've told you before how much I stress about, you know, the perfect matchmaker is the one that turns around and can produce good fights. Not just throw fights together because they're trying to fill a card.
Absolutely.
Produce good fights from show to show to show. And that's what makes a good matchmaker. It's not the easiest job in the world. It's very tough. I work very hard when I do a when I matchmake on a show. I work very hard to make sure that show is matched properly. You know, and I think that the guys that are out there that are promoting it, if they got the right matchmakers, or if they're matchmaking themselves, Jim does a lot of his own matchmaking, but he matchmakes a lot of very good fights. You know, there's been promoters out there that matchmake some very terrible fights, and I mean, I think that if the sanctioning bodies would enforce their rules about their matchmaking and stuff like that, that we'd see a lot of different matches being done.
Yeah, Brad, we hate to cut.
On a lighter note, on the stuff real quick, on Illinois, I'd like to see a lot of those guys get together and try to get that state to turn around their decision to deregulate the sport over there.
Yes.
Because I think it's been a bad decision on their part, and I think it put a lot of fighters in jeopardy. And I'm glad that some of the promotions are still working on trying to have sanctioning on their shows. And fighters should fight on those shows because they're insured and they're regulated and they're doing it right.
Okay.
Amen.
And Brad, I'm never going to believe you again when you say real quick.
I'll tell you what.
Real quick now.
Get on the phone and get me going about this sport, and I can go for a long time.
All right. Brad, thanks a lot. It was a great segment. We really appreciate the call.
Guys, you take care. I hope that you guys will get some T-shirts real soon so I can get one.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
We'd like
Daryl.
to get back down here and start things again, Andy.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it.
Bye, Brad.
Yeah, take care.
Take care.
Bye, Jen.
Okay, that was Brad Wick from Combat Sports Commission, and he does have a reputation as a great matchmaker, a good guy for the sport, and a guy who talks a lot. And we love you, Brad.
Hey, Jim, let's take a little break here. We're going to have a song from Sooner or Later. This is Spineless. When we come back, we'll round up the show. Going to make this a little bit shorter show, but next week, Tuesday night, is the new night for the Ground and Pound show.
9 o'clock to 11, still same time,
Absolutely, and
same bat channel.
you know, we're going to be gearing up for your show coming up November 8th, Sudden Impact 8. And
November 6th.
let's talk about some of the matches you have lined up for that when we come back, and we'll round up the show. Check this out.
Sooner than later.